One of the most important questions that you'll be tempted to ask yourself as a sentient being stuck in this weird realm of existence is, what was the intention behind all of this? When you think about the amount of suffering that sentient beings have to go through, you ask yourself, what really is the point? Is there something that can be gained in the end? Do we graduate in the end? Will it all make sense in the end? Will we be able to understand one day? Is this really a positive experience? We desperately want to believe that this is good. And because of that, we turn a blind eye to the negative things that are happening. So, the negative things that are happening mean nothing. It's only the good things that are happening that mean something. So, when bad things happen, we act like they didn't happen. I mean, we'll cry, we'll be angry, we'll be hurt, we'll be sad, but we don't fully acknowledge that these things have happened and they mean something. Do you get what I'm saying? Horrible things will happen and we won't fully acknowledge that they happen and they mean something about this place that we found ourselves in. We suffer, but we act like our suffering means nothing. It's only the good stuff that means something. When I was growing up, they used to tell us that we must thank you. We must thank you because there are horrible things that have happened to other people and these things didn't happen to us, so we must thank you. We must thank you for what didn't happen. I must thank you because I'm not sick. I'm not in a hospital. I must thank you. I must thank you because I still I still have a house. I must thank you that I'm not in the street. But it always felt wrong. Should I thank you? That's wrong. Should I thank you for not making me suffer today? So what happens when you do make me suffer? Because I've been sick before. I've been super broke before. I've had serious problems before. I'm imagining a cycle telling their potential victim that they deserve a thank you because they didn't do anything to them. Like, yo, I could have done something horrible to you, but I didn't do it, so thank me. Thank me. Thank me because I didn't stab you. That's horrible. I always felt like that was weird. So that made me study the relationship between humanity and what they believe to be God. And it doesn't seem like a healthy relationship. I don't think human beings have a good relationship with you. I think they're afraid of you. They're not honest about how they feel about you. If you want to know how human beings feel about you, pay attention to how they feel about one another. If a child grows up in a house where they're being mistreated and they get older, they're not forgiving their parents. They'll be mad at their parents. I remember 2 weeks back, I read a post. This lady was talking about her father. Her father treated her so badly that she doesn't even mind embarrassing him online. Said a lot of messed up things. Human beings don't love their abusers. That's one thing that you must understand. They only stay with their abusers if they need something from them, or if they are addicted to them somehow, right? So if it's a romantic relationship, a person will stay with their partner even if their partner is abusing them because there is something that they're gaining from them, right? Maybe the person that is abusing them has a house and they don't have anywhere to stay. So even when they are being abused, because they have nowhere to run, they would rather stay with that person, or they're addicted to that person. You get what I'm saying? So there's something good that they're gaining. But once they stop needing that thing, they going to say a lot of mess up things about that person. They will be surprised why did I ever love this person in the first place? So if you want to know how human beings feel about you, try to think about how they feel about their abusers, because the experiences that we're having are so horrible that it is not different from being abused. You see, you are the one who has power. You are the ones who can give us the lives that we want. This doesn't have to be hellish, you know. The reason why we believe in heaven as humans is because we want something better. This is not what we want. If you ask any person, they will tell you this is not what they want. They're not satisfied. They're not happy. They feel like it can get better. But somehow it doesn't seem to change, you know? Like there's no improvement. No matter how we improve technologically, but the quality of life doesn't improve, right? They still suffering, and sometimes it become so horrible that even those who truly believe in you start to ask questions, right? I remember today when I woke up and went online, I came across a story. Something happened somewhere in South Africa. I'm not really sure where. But a Scholar Transport got into an accident, and the students died. I think only one student survived. Some people recorded a video. You know how people are like, what is really the intention? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's super horrible. Like, why do you want to record? Think about it, man. Like, I'm trying to think, like, do you want to record someone that you love in the worst state possible, and actually like, what is the reason? Are the likes that important? Like, is it really because we care? We're affected. Human beings like to pretend sometimes, but that's not what we want to talk about today. So yeah, saw a video, and yeah, the scene was bad. And I checked more videos, and I saw the parents of these students crying, saying, God, but why? God, but why? They're crying, and you can tell that they are really in pain. They are really in. When people are, they won't even be on Facebook posting about it. Oh, rest in peace to my child. So no, they won't even be doing. They're in pain for real. They're not acting. Like they are really in pain, and they don't know. I was like, I don't have a kid, and I'm not intending to bring any kid into this world. But even I, a person who has decided that he's not having a kid, can feel their pain. So I can't even begin to imagine the amount of pain that they must be feeling if I'm also hurt by what I saw. Right? So you carry a child for 9 months. 9 months is a long time. Your brain releases this chemical called oxytocin that makes you love the child, that makes you bond with the child, right? So you make sure that you take care of yourself, you eat right, you go for a regular checkup, and make sure that you're good, you're healthy. You give birth to a child, which is a painful process. I don't know what it's like, but I think it must be painful. So you carry the child for 9 months, you give birth to a child, and you have to raise the child. Human babies can't take care of themselves when they're still young, so you have to take care of the child. Wake up in the middle of the night, they cry, you have to take care of them. A lot of black people in South Africa don't really have money. Like in South Africa, so you gotta like work hard, make sure that you buy them what they need, do whatever you can for them, and they get a bit older, and then they wake up that day, they go into school, you prepare them food, and you're like, go well, my child, and then you receive a call that there was an accident, and you go to the scene, and wow, that is abuse. That cannot be right. We don't know what the heck is going on. You cannot tell me that is right. You cannot tell me there's something we benefit from them. You cannot tell me you're testing our faith. What? That is not right. That is not justifiable. That is wrong on every level. To give us things and you take them away from us when we still need them. You see, it's not like our lives are great and you've given us everything and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I've given Benedictine everything. So yeah, I can take that away from him. He'll be fine. No, you find that people are not doing good. And then you take away that one thing that kind of made them keep it together, I guess, right? You take it away in the most horrible way. People are suffering in this world, and they're not brave enough to express themselves. They're not brave enough to say, look, this is not good, God. This doesn't make you look good. Like, now I'm starting to question a lot of things because of what happened, because of what I've experienced. A lot of people can't say what I'm saying. A lot of people are shocked that I'm saying what I'm saying. A lot of people are scared. They're like, oh, what if something bad happens to me because I'm talking bad about God, and he's powerful, he can do anything. And that shows you, that tells you something. That tells you that they're afraid of you. They're afraid of you, so they can't speak the truth. Think of it this way: if you were here maybe maybe 500 years ago, and there was a king that everyone was afraid of, because no, we're not allowed to stand up to him to tell him the truth, right? You'll be forced to worship him, to do what he wants, knowing exactly how you feel about him, knowing exactly that you're not happy. So when you are home with your wife or with your husband or with your parents, you speak the truth about him. You're like, damn, like we are in some kind of a trap. That's how human beings feel. They might not talk to one another about how they really feel about you, because they're scared. They're like, you're everywhere, you know. So if I can talk about how I feel about God with my friend, what if dude is hearing me, and because of that, he's gonna take away his blessings? And sometimes they are even they're afraid to think in an honest way. Like, yo, I don't think God is good, man. Like, this guy, but oh shit, no, God is good. No, God is good. Because they're like, hey, what if this dude is listening to my thoughts, right? So people are not honest. They are scared, you know. That is why they worship you even when they're not okay. You think that's love? Human beings are not like, hey, human beings, if you're gonna mistreat them, human beings ain't gonna like you, right? It doesn't matter how powerful you are, they ain't gonna like you. The problem is they don't think that you can be overpowered. So they're afraid. They've given up. They're not really themselves because of the fear that they have. They are so afraid of you. I don't think you are treating the sentient beings that you created or that you put here right. You're not treating them the way that they actually deserve to be treated. You are abusing them. You know, you think about the animals, you're like, and what is happening to the animals is proof that the world is in a mess because of humans. Because you'd say, oh, it's humans, it's your fault, Then what about the animals? They don't really seem to have like our level of free will, if you want to say we have free will, right? They just doing things based on their instincts. You know, a crocodile is just doing what it was programmed to do. You mean to tell me that it can think philosophically? I don't know. You know, it doesn't really have free. It's just doing what it was programmed to do, right? Why is it that it's programmed to devour other? Look at the teeth, bro. Like, it was built for that. Literally built for that. Why was it built for that? You know, you think of some humans, very selfish. You know, it's like you purposefully made things to be this way, maybe for your entertainment. Maybe there is something you are gaining from this, right? I mean, really, if you're an intellectually honest person and I talk to you about the Lush farm theory, that we are farm animals and our souls are being harvested for energy, so we're being tortured because there is this energy that we produce that the creator of this realm wants. So he feeds from this energy, and he feels good when we're suffering, right? You'd be like, that makes sense, because there is no other way to justify suffering. I do fully understand that sometimes suffering builds character. Let's not be intellectually dishonest, right? Suffering sometimes build character, but there is this amount of suffering that is totally unnecessary, useless suffering. People are just being tortured for no freaking reason. You know, I remember I saw a video, and it's still, I don't know how some of these humans that you've created think, bro. Like I remember I watched this video. So this guy caught a rat. He used a taser on a rat until it died. Like, you could tell that it's in so much pain. Like, that's unnecessary suffering. Like, what the heck is it going to Like, is it going to learn anything from that? If you're just torturing it, and you as the creator to allow that to happen, you might say, well, I'm going to punish the human, but the rat still suffered. If you know, and the whole cycle continues. So for an example, if you allow me to mistreat someone, and they get traumatized for life, and then you punish me after this whole thing, will that change anything? Will that have solved the problem? So you punish me, you just torture me, torture me, and torture me. What problem is it solved? Do you get what I'm saying? No problem has been solved. Suffering will still continue because you're not preventing it. So it's almost as if you want us to do bad things so that you will justify torturing us. Isn't it? You want us to be horrible to one another so that you will say, hey, Benedict, you lied to this person. Ah, Benedict, you broke this girl's heart. Hey, Benedict, you could have helped this person, but you didn't help them. Hey, Benedict, you cheated. Like, yeah, what am I supposed to do? I'm not saying we should be bad, we should be bad intentionally, but really, you can't be perfect here. You can't be. It's not like it's not possible, and especially considering the fact that uh people are not even happy. It's much easier to do right when you're happy and satisfied, but you didn't want us to be satisfied, right? You could make everyone satisfied, but sometimes you put people in situations where they become selfish and mean because of how life treated them. Now they don't think right because of how life treated them. Now they don't trust anyone because of how life treated them. Now they don't love anyone because of how life treated them. That can't be good. Now they don't have faith because of how life treated them. Now they don't believe anything can ever go well in their life because of how life treated them. You see, it's horrible. It's not right. And all of that is happening in a world that no one even asks to be in a world that no one even understands. We don't understand what this project is about. We don't understand if it's an experiment. Are you trying to, like, are you trying to perform some kind of an experiment? Is that what you're trying to do? It's a horrible it's a horrible experiment. It's an horrible experiment, because you are dealing with conscious beings. It will work if we were robots. We didn't have any feelings, we didn't have any desires, but you're dealing with sentient beings. You're dealing with beings that are like you, but not as powerful as you are. They're very limited, but they have desires too. They want to have good lives too. They want to live in that nice house. You know what I'm saying? They want to drive that nice car. They want that good connection. You know what I'm saying? They want to eat nice food. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to live in the street and it's cold every day. You know what I'm saying? uh and if they choose to live in the street, is because maybe they felt like that was a better option for them, because where they were, it was much harder, things were worse, so they chose to live in the street. Because sometimes people choose to be in a painful situation because the pain that they feel is less compared to the pain that they were feeling when they were in a situation that seemed less painful to you. Right? So they choose their suffering. But like, yo, okay, I live in a house where I'm not loved, in a house where I'm not needed, in a house where when I touch food, I feel like I'm doing something wrong because of how I'm being treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even supposed to eat. Whenever they see me, there's a problem. Like, you want a peace of mind where you live, right? So, like, you know what, man? I feel like I'm bothering people here by my presence. So let me just go and live in the street. So they're choosing their suffering because they feel like it's much worse when they feel more like a burden because of how they're being treated or they're being abused every day. It's horrible, bro. You want peace where you live, right? Nobody wants to be in the street. Nobody wants to be sick, be in a hospital. Your body is trying its best to fight, but you're sick, you're in pain, as if you did something, right? As if you did something to deserve to be in pain, as if you did something to deserve to be sick. But you didn't do anything to deserve to be sick. You're sick because the creator of this place allowed that to happen. He created diseases because diseases exist because you put them here, right? They don't exist by mistake. I mean, if they existed by mistake, you just get rid of them. But you won't. You allowed HIV to exist. A lot of people got infected. Some people believe that HIV was created in a lab, whatever, and you when you think about it, it makes sense because it never existed until maybe 1980, right? How come? Because we've been here for a very long time. So how can this new disease just start existing out of nowhere? You get what I'm saying? That would be like a new animal start existing out of nowhere. Where the heck is it coming from? Is it coming from another planet? Did someone create it in a lab? I mean, that would be the most logical explanation. If I start to see animals that have been seen, they must have been created in a lab. Because why weren't they here, right? But you allowed that to happen, and people, that people will want to have sex. So people died without knowing what the heck is going on, and somehow they discovered that, oh, it's HIV, and then they I don't know, they created these things. What do they call them? These pills. And then but then these pills just make it possible for people to live with HIV, but it doesn't really treat them from the it's what you're doing to sentient beings is horrible, man. We don't have the answers, bro. We don't have the answers. We don't know where to go. We're being scammed. We're being lied to. We've been to many churches. People have lied to us, I've seen people perform fake miracles because people are desperate. They're suffering a lot. They want answers. They want salvation. They want truth. Okay. Maybe a lot of people don't want truth, but you have to understand they want answers, they want salvation, they want okay, maybe a lot of people don't want freedom, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is that people don't want to suffer, right? So they go to these churches because they're suffering. And because they're desperate and they don't know who's gonna help them, they believe that, oh dang, these are men of gods because they're claiming to be men of gods. They're well dressed. They look looking handsome, bro. They got swag. They're clean. Everything in the church is clean. They know how to talk. They're not afraid to exploit people. They're not afraid to lie to people. They're not afraid to scam people, and they get away with it. And you just watching. You don't understand that these people are desperate. You don't be like, you know what, man, I ain't allowing that. In a world that I created, I'm allowing that shit to happen? No freaking way. Nobody's gonna be scamming nobody right now, No, you just watch. So you want to punish these fake prophets? What is it that you're gonna gain, and what is it that we're going to gain? We don't want to see people getting punished. I mean, maybe some humans do want to see some people getting punished because, I don't know, you wanted them to be that way. I don't know, but really, I don't want to see anybody getting punished because nobody asked for this. People just found themselves in this mess and they don't even know what they're supposed to be doing in the first place, right? don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. So you understand that everyone is desperate to minimize their suffering. You have to understand that every day we are trying to run away from suffering. Every single day. We're scared. We don't really feel safe. When I come home late at night, my mom is always scared. Hey, what if, what if they try to hijack you? Hey, what if, she's seen a lot of negative things happen in this realm, you know? She's scared. People are scared. We don't have superpowers to protect ourselves against thieves, against hijackers, against matters, you know. I remember last year in January, it was around this time last year, I almost got robbed. This guy pulled out the pew pew, put it here. But I was already anticipating that. So I acted quickly and ran away. But not everyone is that lucky. Some people have been shot because they were trying to fight back. They were trying to protect what they have. Some people have been shot. They never truly recovered. We don't have the best doctors. So they never truly recovered. When it's cold, they're always in pain because someone shot them because they wanted what they have. This is the kind of realm that we live in. They're never getting justice. They're never getting a reward for that. You know, there's no such thing as cosmic justice or reward or whatever because of what they've had to go through. They will have to deal with the pain that was inflicted upon them by someone who had evil intentions. And you don't do anything about that. And sometimes people try to feel better about a situation by saying that karma is real. And you're like, yeah, even if it was real, you don't benefit anything, really. Right? If you got shot and the person who shot you end up suffering, what do you really benefit? So it seems to me that you don't truly care about us. Not like the way that we say you do, or we want you to care about us, you know. You just left us here and you don't give us answers. A couple of days ago, there was flood. People lost their houses, people lost their cars, people lost their lives. The rain is not stopping. If you don't want it to rain, it's not going to rain for years. The animals will die. There's not going to be water. You know, it's going to be super hot. Like, you're not trying to like, what's really the point? Why did you have to make it flood? What is the point? Why did it have? It didn't have to be like that. You give us normal rain and then it stops and then it comes back again and then it stops. We're gonna have food. It's, you know, we will be able to work. We'll be able to do what we need to do. We're not gonna lose anything. But you're like, nah, I'm making it flood this time. You know, I don't even know how you come up with these thoughts. Yeah, you just decide, I don't know, whether I'm gonna make it flood. Because it's not a coincidence. I don't think things just happen. No. You know what's crazy? There was a girl who was born in the year 2000. In the year 2000, there was flood. There was flood in Mozambique, South Africa. There was flood. What happened is that the mother of the girl gave birth to the girl on top of a tree because there was water everywhere. right? Fortunately, both the mother and okay, I'm not sure if the mother was saved, but okay, all I know is that the child was saved. But here's the crazy part. The child was saved. There's never been flood since 2000. It has rained. It has rained, but there's never been flood since 2000. I mean, yes, it has rained and like, but then flood, we're talking about flood, that affects these areas it affected in 2000. 2025, I mean 2026 actually. 2026, yeah, 2026, yes, it started in 2026. So after 25 years, there's flood. During the flood, the girl dies. What kind of coincidence is that? What kind of coincidence is that? The girl dies. Was the girl supposed to die during the flood in the year 2000? What is going on? So you see, we can't be thinking it's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. You are planning the whole thing. It's scripted. So how are we supposed to look at you? How are we supposed to feel? Yes, there are people who say we must praise you and worship you no matter what happens. I don't know why they feel that way. But I can't even trust anyone at this point. Because why are they saying that? I think you need to be told the truth. I think this is smart thing to do, is to tell you the truth that, hey man, look, I think you're taking it a bit too far this time. Things don't have to be this bad. We're not saying there should be no challenges. We're not saying things shouldn't be hard sometimes. We're saying this is a bit too much, bro. Like, this is just torture, you know? I remember I watched a video a couple of weeks ago. It was a video of a teacher punishing a student. The way the teacher was beating the student, you're like, nah, dude, that's not disciplining the student. That's not disciplining the student. That's too much, bro. Like, that's what you're doing too. Like, we know how students should be disciplined. I worked as a teacher. I know how to discipline students. What the teacher was doing was not disciplining the student. That teacher seemed to have had issues, bro. So you're not disciplining us. You're not teaching us anything, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what you've taught me, other than not loving this reality. Is that enlightenment? Is that what you're trying to teach me? That no, this reality is bad, and I must realize that, and like I'm in a trap. You're trying to make me so conscious that if I find myself in a prison, it must be very easy for me to realize that it's a prison. If I find myself as a slave, it must be very easy for me to realize that I'm a slave, right? Is that what you're trying to teach? Are you trying to teach me self-love? I must choose myself. I must choose truth. Is that what you're trying to teach me? Because if that's what you're trying to teach me, congratulations. But it doesn't seem that way because of the many obstacles that we have to deal with, especially when we're pursuing truth. Especially considering the fact that truth is kept hidden, especially considering the fact that, you see, this video it's not going to perform very well, and it's a great video. I'm enjoying recording this video. It's like, really, it's one of my best videos, right? I'm enjoying recording this video, but it never reaches a lot of people. It never reaches a lot of people. Why? Truth never reaches a lot of people. So it's strange to me that you're making us go through all these things, and there's nothing that we are benefiting. So it seems to me that it's you who's benefiting. This is all about you, right? And those who believe in you got it right. That is why they praise you. That's why they do what you want them to do without asking any questions. You know, the only thing that they got wrong about you is that they think you're good. You're good, right? You're a good God, but they got it wrong. But the other things that they're doing for you, they got it right. You know, they worship you. You know, they fast for you. You know, they follow your commandments, even the ones that don't even make that much sense. You know, they follow your commandments. They listen to you no matter what you say. And one of the scariest things um for me is because we're operating on another level technologically. What if some scientists in this reality create a hologram of you, and they and the hologram is saying they must do horrible things because they don't ask any questions, they will do these things thinking that it's you. Do you understand? Like, they can create a hologram of you. And what are we supposed to think? At least nowadays, I mean, everyone knows that there's hologram exists and all of that. But imagine if we didn't know. Imagine if we didn't know that it was possible to create a hologram that looks real. I mean, what if it gets to a point where they create a hologram that you can even touch? I mean, it's crazy what is already possible. Like, what we're already able to do technologically is insane. So what if they're able to create a hologram of you? And you are saying we must do all these crazy things. Since we don't know what the heck is going on, what are we supposed to do, right? You haven't made us wise enough, intelligent enough to really understand what is going on. A lot of us don't even have discernment. I mean, a lot of people are gullible, bro. A lot of people believe things that shouldn't be believed. You look at me like, how? So can you imagine if they created a hologram? Like, almost everyone would be like, oh, that's you, you back. Oh, you didn't leave us. I mean, we might already be dealing with some high level of deception already. Some celebrities are saying that there are suits that they wear. You find that one celebrity is playing 5 different roles. They're saying it, celebrities that. So we could be dealing with some next level tech already. People are always coming up with conspiracy theories because this is weird. Like, the reality that we found ourselves in is a little bit too weird for people to just think things are normal here, right? That is why we come up with NPC theories. Hey, what if most of the people who are here are just NPCs? And it makes a lot of sense when you look at how ignorant some people are. You're like, there's no way you're real. You mean to tell me you don't see that, and I can see that, and I'm supposed to trust you? How are we so different, bro? How do I look with this? I think they still have to grow. Like, how is it that you're not that concerned and you're not really asking questions and I am? I'm not asking questions because I'm weak or anything like that, or because I'm more intelligent than you. Sometimes it has nothing to do with intelligence, man. Like, these questions that we attempting to answer here are questions that every sentient being should be asking themselves, you know? So anything is possible at this point. This could be a simulation, it's possible. So you do understand that you've made us so unconscious that we can't even figure out what's going on. It's like there's not a human that has truly figured it out, right? That is why no one has shown us proof that they've discovered the real truth about existence. So we're all confused here. So you see, they can manipulate us. So you see that things are really bad for humanity and you're not assisting. So maybe the Lush farm theory is real. But can we have a better relationship? If you want Lush, we give you Lush, but willingly. Wouldn't that be nice? I decided, oh shit, I had a lot of fun. Now it's time to go and give God some Lush. Dude wants some Lush, so yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe I'm gonna fast. Isn't the reason why maybe you like it when people decide to fast? Be like, oh yeah, I'm craving food right now, but I ain't eating. I ain't eating because I need to produce enough Lush for the God. Dude allowed me to have fun yesterday, so today I ain't eating at all. I'm giving him Lush. I'm in pain because I'm not eating, but I'm giving the dude food. Let me walk for maybe let me walk for maybe 100 kilometers. I'm gonna be tired. Dude will be getting Lush. Let me watch a horror movie. Right? Let me watch a horror movie. I'll be scared. Dude will be getting Lush. Wouldn't that be better? We give you what you want, you give us what we want. If it's really all about Lush. Because it makes sense to think that. I will not deny you your food. But now I'm learning to ignore you. There's this movie called Ignore It. The other one is called what, Taboo or something like that. So okay, I watched some clips on TikTok where they were talking about these movies. They just showed us a scene, spoke about them. So in this scene, like this one is called Taboo. So on this scene, there's this lady. Her friend visited her. There's a demon in the room, not in the room, in the house. So yeah, they're talking, and the friend notices something weird, and she asks her, "Yo, what's going on?" And the lady that owns the house said, no, it's nothing, let it be, you're drunk, it's nothing. But things kept on getting weird and weird, and the lady was like, no, it's nothing, ignore it, it's nothing, don't take it seriously, it's nothing, no, please ignore it, it's nothing, blah blah blah, blah. Until that demon got hold of her. But the lady that owns the house didn't do anything. The entity stood right next to her and she didn't do anything. The reason why she told her that it was nothing, she was trying to teach her how to respond to that entity, that don't acknowledge its presence. Act like it's not there. Ignore it as much as possible and it will disappear. So is that how it should be? That I get to a point where I'm so damn detached, Like I ain't giving God Lush at all. Because I'm suffering. Like it's bad, right? Find that you just totally detach yourself and you just be crazy. You're like, I don't care about anything. My ego is completely died. Think what you think of me. Say what you say about me. It's all good. I'm just gonna live life. That's it. I'm gonna be completely detached. I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be like Tyler Dead and Fight Club or something. That ain't good. Give us answers. I remember there's this clip that I watched on Instagram, and it's just taken from an animated movie. So this other animal was being chased by a bear, and another animal saved it. And that bear asked, "Yo, why did you do that? Why did you try to save the animal?" And the animal that was saved also asked the same question, "Why did you do that?" it's pond rules. Like, he caught me, so he must eat me. So what made me laugh was when he asked if the bear still wanted to eat him, and the bear was like, "No, it's gonna be too weird now." So maybe that's the kind of relationship we must have with you. You know, like, oh, how many years are you giving me? You know, because in the end, you brought me here, so you want what you want. It's fine. I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm not talking about like making a deal with the devil. Some people, are like, oh yeah, no. But yeah, you want me to stop, and I think that's how it happens. With there's this thing we call kukendla in South Africa. Like, you go to a sangoma and you tell the sangoma that you want money, right? And the sangoma is like, oh, okay, you will have money, but you're not allowed to have sex with anyone. You're like, huh? So I'm gonna have all this money and I get no. Yeah, you will have the money, but you're not allowed to help anyone. You're like, huh? But I do think that if there's real transparency, like, we know exactly what this is, what is going on, right? Then we have a good relationship, right? We know what you want as this entity that created this. Not to keep us in the dark and you just torture us and torture us to a point where we become insane because this is just not making any sense, you know? You talk to us, you let us know. You let us know about you. You let us know that that you're here. You give us all the answers that we want, and you tell us exactly what you want. Then we create a real relationship, because this is nonsense, right? If you're not just horrible for the sake of being horrible. But the Lush Farm theory makes a lot of sense, man. It makes a lot of sense. I've studied this theory for a very long time, and I can tell you it makes complete sense. So yeah, all I'm saying to you is that you created nonsense, and a lot of people are not okay on this realm. You know, they might act okay, they might worship you, they might not complain about anything, but people are not okay. People ain't happy, people ain't satisfied. People don't know why they're here, what they're supposed to be doing, what is the meaning behind this whole thing. They don't know. They hope that there was meaning, but it doesn't seem like there's meaning. They want this to make sense, but it doesn't. I think we've been here for too damn long for you to not give us answers, for you to not explain to us what this whole thing is about. What is this? We have fought. You think of what happened in the past. Humans tortured one another for a very long time. Some torture methods are insane. Some people, they'll hang them upside down, give them no food, not. I mean, yeah, even if they gave them food, it wouldn't work. They just have to be there for days until they die. Some people will be put on the cross. Some people will be burned alive. You get what I'm saying? Some people will watch their loved ones being tortured like that. They'll be forced to watch them. Like, all these horrible things that you can imagine have happened to people. You understand? We've tortured one another for too damn long for you to not be saying anything even now, for you to not be giving us answers. Like, what we really need is answers. You know, I think we'll know exactly what to do. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to think, how to feel, because you're not giving us answers. You're not giving us anything. We're confused. So you see, giving us answers will change things. Because this can't be right. I know that as humans, we like to pretend. We're very good at pretending. So we like to pretend as if this is right, even if it's not. I know this ain't right. I know people are living a lie. People be lying to themselves because it's cool. It's what's cool to do, right? Not being honest about how you really feel. So you're like, I'm a lie to myself and whatever. But that's not best. That is not how it should be. I must be as intellectually honest as possible. If I'm truly enjoying the experience, then I'm truly enjoying it. If I'm not enjoying it, then I'm not enjoying it. And I must be honest about that. If I think there are a lot of things that are wrong with this reality, I must be honest about it. There's nothing to benefit from lying at this point. This is a little bit too weird for people to still be lying about how they're feeling, about how they're doing. It's not working. It's not helping. It's not healthy. It's not beautiful. This has turned into a very tragic story. We want a beautiful story. We want things to make sense. But of course, you're not going to give us that because you've never given us that. You can't be telling me that this has to do with what happened in the past. Maybe we've sinned in the past and all of that. So it's a punishment. What kind of punishment is this? There must be transparency. In any kind of relationship, there must be transparency. There must be communication. You've never communicated with us. I remember when I was growing up, there'll be people who lie. Like, yo, God spoke to me. And sometimes it was believable, But as you get older, you're like, nah, they're lying. So you never talk to us. You never tell us what to do. There's just some people who'll be claiming that they're able to hear what you're saying. They say they're prophets, some of them. But yeah, God is saying, you must do this, you must do that. You're like, why doesn't he tell me himself? I mean, he's here, right? Let dude talk to me. I'm here. I ain't scared. Talk to me. But dude says nothing. Yeah. Are you sure you're not making things up? And how do I know that even if there's an entity that you're talking to, how do I know that that entity has my best interest at heart? Maybe that entity is only working for you. I don't know. So maybe he can tell you some secrets about me, but he's working for you. He's only telling you secrets about me so that I will believe that dude is on my side too. He wants to help. What a weird realm that we found ourselves in. So you see, this can't be right. We want a beautiful story. Believing can't be enough. Can't say I must believe. If you've never showed up, if you've never said anything, why must I believe? What is the point of believing? So even if you created this whole thing, it doesn't mean that you can't be bad, you can't be evil. I think since we are conscious, we have every right to judge. We have every right to say this is not okay if it's not okay, because we can feel, we can experience suffering. So if we're not okay, we have every right to say we're not okay. And if we're okay, we'll be happy to say we're okay. We'll be happy to say thank you and mean it. Wouldn't that be beautiful to say thank you and we actually meant it? Smile. Not because we feel like we have to smile. We smile because we're truly happy. We're truly satisfied. This is making sense, so we're smiling. Laugh. Not because uh, we feel guilty when we're not laughing. Sometimes when others are laughing, we laugh because we're truly happy. We laugh because good things are happening. Right now, the things that are happening in this world are too horrible. That is why I'm telling you, people ain't worshiping you because they love you, because they think you're right or you're doing things right. People are scared. They don't know what to do. They know that a lot of horrible things are happening. And I remember giving this example that if you want to know how people feel about you, think about how they feel about one another. They are punishing one another for the same things that you are doing. So don't think that uh, they love you so much that you can do these things and they'll still be okay. No, no, no. They're scared. They feel totally powerless. So they're acting. Human beings are very good. You made them that way to be good actors. They can act. So they're acting as if they're okay with this, but they're not. They're acting as if this is making sense to them, but it's not. There's a reason why when someone does something bad to someone, even if it's the person that believes in you and that believes that there's nothing that can happen that you don't allow to happen, right? They will want that person to be punished. Why? Ask yourself why. Don't be like, yo, it's God's will. No, no, don't punish that guy who did what he did to my wife. No, no, no. Don't punish him. It's God's will. It's God's. I'm good. It's God's. No, no, no. They will want that person to be punished for real. They want a person to suffer for life. Why? Doesn't that tell you something about how humans really feel about you? We're not okay. We're just good at pretending. Really, if human beings wanted to be real about how they really feel, they will be screaming all the damn time, bro. People will go to the street and just scream, be like, "Where are you? Why are you not listening to this?" Reminds me of a song by Hobson. It's called Ill Mind of Hobson 7. Screaming at God. Where are you? Stop playing games. Like we've been looking for answers for a very long time. Stop playing games with us. We're tired. Tell us who the heck you are. Because there's too many weird things that are happening in this reality that we are tired, we are angry. This is not making any sense. So you have to give us answers. We deserve all the answers. Why do you stay hidden while we're suffering, while we are calling upon you all the damn time? We need you because we don't know what to do. You gave us leaders that ain't really doing much for us. They're just doing things for themselves. And you want to blame them? Humans are selfish. So they just do things for themselves. They ain't going to be thinking about us. They want to become as powerful as they can be. Because humans are never satisfied. So they will want more power. You give them power, they will want more power. They're never satisfied. You give a human a house, he wants another one. You give a human a wife, he wants another one. You give a human $100,000, he wants another $100,000. A person could be getting paid $100,000 every month. He wants you to add more. Do you understand? We're never satisfied. He makes some people to be more powerful than us, to lead us, to become our masters, basically. There's been slaves at some point, and it seems like slavery just took another form. But just the fact that there's been slaves at some point tells you something. Why were there slaves? Why was that even allowed? Why is it allowed for a person to own another person? To do whatever they want for their pleasure while the other person is suffering. You allowed it. You're the one who gave them power. You're the one who gave us power to treat animals however we want to treat them. You might judge us in the end, but really it's all your fault. And if you were honest enough, you take accountability and realize that things are only bad because of you. We can try. I can try to be as good as possible, but that doesn't change the world. And that doesn't mean that everyone will try to be as good as possible. We're not even operating at the same level of consciousness as humans. We don't even agree on the most basic things that are just basic. We don't even agree. Why? Why don't we agree on the most trivial things? Like, people be debating all the damn time, bro. They never agree. You find that it never happens that as a collective we agree on one thing. Like, okay, this is the truth. This is how it should be. We got it. No. So it's a setup. So that means we're supposed to have problems. That can't be good. That can't be life. That can't be beautiful. Suffering isn't fun. It might look that way to you or the one who's witnessing suffering. That is why humans, when they see others suffering, they're happy. I've seen people laugh at those who are suffering, which is weird. So maybe those who are watching people suffering, they are happy, but that doesn't mean that suffering is good. That doesn't mean that we are benefiting from suffering. If we had a choice, if it was up to us, we would prefer a world where there was no suffering. If it was up to us. That is why whatever we try to do, we're trying to escape suffering, in case you haven't realized. So, of course, we prefer a world where there was no suffering. If it was really up to us, but it's not. We feel so powerless. There's a reason why we pray to you even though you don't talk to us. There are people who wake up every Sunday, they go to church and pray. It depends on what religion they believe in, but they've never seen you. You've never responded to them. Desperation. We're desperate. We're desperate for your voice, for your answers. Our lives are hard. I used to wake up and go to Sunday. I mean, to go to church every Sunday. I was desperate. I'm like, I want you to help. I want you to give me an answer. I want you to give me direction. At the time, I was even willing to do anything. But you never said anything. You don't care if people believe in the wrong religions, or if people believe in religion and they're not even supposed to, or if people believe in spirituality and they're not even supposed to, if people are atheists and they're not even supposed to be atheists. Like, people don't even know what to be in this world. Should I be an atheist? Should I be a Christian? Should I be a Muslim? Should I believe in New Age spirituality? What should I believe in? People don't know what to believe. They don't know how to feel, how to think. Isn't it weird that life comes with no instructions? Babies are born, they don't know what they need to be. They will only know what their parents want them to know, or what their parents know, which is nothing. Think about it. No instructions. You don't know who to be in this world. Just give you a name to tell you that you're a male or you're a female. You're a citizen of this country. These are the laws of this country that you must follow. That's it. Isn't it weird? The weather's still strange. And then you die, and no one even knows what death is. Today they say there was a snake here, a cobra. Scary, right? And it's weird because it's cold. But because of the flood, I think they don't have a place to sleep. The fact that they're snakes, bro, and they have poison, they can kill humans, and other sentient beings. Shouldn't that make us suspicious? Why are they like that? You can see that this whole project was about inflicting suffering, inflicting pain. Every animal is equipped with what it takes to cause suffering. Every animal, not just snakes, humans, every animal. And it's not just about defending itself. And even if it was, why should another animal be able to harm it? Because if there were no animals that would try to harm it, it would not even have to defend itself in the first place. So the real problem is that the whole project is wrong. And you do not try to improve anything. We do try our best as sentient beings to improve things here, but it seems like you're not trying. You usually destroy what we build. People build houses, you destroy them. Work hard to achieve things, you destroy. And it's not easy. That's why that story in the Bible kind of makes sense. But people don't interpret the story the way that they should. They don't understand the story the way that they should. I'm kind of getting an idea. There's this AI, you can tell it to create a rap battle, something like that. Like I would like to create a rap battle between God and the devil. That would be nice. Or maybe someone has already done that on YouTube. The truth is wicked. Unfortunately, you're not willing to make things better even though you can. I think solving the problems that we have as sentient beings is much easier than a lot of people realize, as long as you have power. That is why people will be asking, yo, why are these billionaires not doing, anything to save people, like to make things better? Those who truly have power, why are they not really helping? Because that's one of the biggest reasons why we gave them power. You vote for someone to become your president. Like, why are they not really doing what they should be doing? Why are they still being corrupt? How greedy can they be? Right now, the people who have lost everything because of the flood, they're not even being given enough money. I think they're being given 1,400 and something for maybe 3 to 6 months. I don't even know. Like, it's not that many people. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not that many people. Really, the government should build their houses if they lost their houses and whatever they've lost. The president of our country, he owns McDonald's, meaning he's good. He can help out of his own pocket. Imagine, he'll be like, nah, I'm not using the money. It takes money or anything like that. I'm taking the money out of my pocket because I'm not happy about what happened, and I want to do what I can to fix the problem. And I want those that can help to help. If he got connects, like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to the president of Russia, is my friend. Or not even the president of Russia, but people who got money in this country and in other country. Wouldn't that be good? Still a lot of water, but it looks like clean water. I mean, not drinkable, but it's clean. You can see what's under the water. Thank you all for watching my rant. Thank you all for everything. And God, I hope you listen. Peace.